Hey everyone, it's Masha here, and we need to talk about something happening in just one day. On December 17th, Social Security checks worth up to $5,800 are about to hit bank accounts across America. And here's something you might not know. Some of you are actually getting two Social Security checks this month. But that's not all. The Senate just proposed sending seniors a $200 monthly stimulus check for 7 months starting in January 2026. And 4 states are already sending out tax relief payments before the end of this year. Look, I know you're watching this video because you need to know, am I getting paid on the 17th? How much should I expect? And what the heck do I do if that money doesn't show up when it's supposed to? I've been there, checking my bank account multiple times a day, refreshing the screen, hoping that direct deposit comes through so I can pay rent, buy groceries, or pick up my medication. And I hear from so many of you, single moms on Survivor, benefits, disabled veterans, retirees trying to make ends meet on a fixed income who are counting every single dollar. Today, I'm breaking down exactly who's getting paid on December 17th, the maximum amounts you could receive, why some people are getting two checks in December, and what to do if your payment doesn't arrive. Stick with me because I'm also covering this new $200 stimulus proposal and which states are sending money out right now. For those of you who are new here, welcome to Retirees Benefits. My name is Tony, and I've spent over a decade navigating the confusing world of government benefits. Not just as a researcher, but as someone who's lived it. I've been on food stamps, I've struggled to pay rent, I've had to figure out Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and disability benefits, while working multiple jobs just to keep the lights on. And you know what? Nobody was explaining this stuff in plain English. That's why I started this channel. I want to cut through the government jargon and give you the real information you need to survive and actually thrive on these benefits. I've helped thousands of people maximize their Social Security, understand their Medicare options, and find benefits they didn't even know existed. If this content helps you, please hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps me keep making these videos for free. And do me a favor, drop a comment and let me know your city and state. I love seeing where this community is watching from. All right, let's get into what we're covering today. Who is eligible for the December 17th payment? Maximum benefit amounts for 2025 up to $580. Why some people are getting two checks in December? What to do if your payment doesn't arrive? The new $200 monthly stimulus proposal from the Senate, which 4 states are sending tax relief payments before year-end. Additional resources if you're struggling. I want you to walk away from this video feeling informed, empowered, and knowing exactly what your next steps are. Whether you're waiting on a payment or trying to access emergency relief, let's talk about who's actually getting paid in one day. The Social Security Administration pays benefits on a schedule based on your birth date. This is important, so listen carefully. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th of any month, asterisk, your payment date is the third Wednesday of each month. That's December 17th this month. This payment schedule applies to Social Security retirement benefits, Social Security disability insurance, SSDI, survivor benefits. Now, here's how the full payment schedule breaks down for December. Last week on December 10th, people born between the 1st and 10th already received their payments. On December 17th, that's in one day, those born between the 11th and 20th get paid. And next week, on December 24th, the day before Christmas, people born between the 21st and 31st will receive their checks. But there are some exceptions, and this is where people get confused. If you're on SSI Supplemental Security Income, that's a completely different payment schedule. SSI recipients get paid on the 1st of each month. So if you're on SSI, you already got your December payment on December 1st. Also, if you started receiving Social Security before May 1997, or if you live outside the United States, or if your state pays your Medicare premiums, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, you get paid on the 3rd of the month. So, you would have received your December payment on December 3rd. I know this birth date system confuses people. That's why your neighbor might have already gotten paid while you're still waiting. It's all based on when you were born. Now, let's talk about the money because this is what everyone wants to know. How much should you be getting? Here's the big number you might have seen in the news: $5,800. But let me be real with you. Most people aren't getting that amount. That maximum benefit of $5,180 is for people who are retiring in 2025 at age 70 and who paid the maximum amount into Social Security their entire working career. That's a very specific situation. Let me break down the realistic numbers. If you're retiring at age 70 in 2025 and paid in the maximum $5,800 per month, if you're retiring at your full retirement age, which we'll talk about in a second, and paid the maximum 4.8 tone per month, if you're retiring early at age 62 and paid the maximum $2,710 per month. But here's the reality check. The average Social Security retirement benefit as of 2024 is about $1,097 per month. That's what most retirees are actually receiving. For SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, the average payment is around $1,937 per month. For SSI Supplemental Security Income, the maximum federal benefit for 2024 is $943 for an individual and $1,150 or for a couple. Some states add extra payments on top of that. And here's some good news. There was a cost of living adjustment for 2024 of 3.2%, which means a slight increase compared to last year. For 2025, there's a 2.5% COLA increase coming. It's not huge, but every little bit helps. If you want to know your exact payment amount, log into your My Social Security account online. I'll drop the link in the description. Here's something really important that's happening. Starting in January 2026, the Social Security full retirement age is now permanently set at 67 for anyone born in 1960 or later. This has been creeping up slowly since the Reagan administration increased the retirement age from 65 to 67, and they finally reached the full implementation. Why does this matter? Because your full retirement age is when you get 100% of your benefit amount. If you retire before that, say at 62, your benefit is permanently reduced. If you wait until 70, you get extra credits and a higher monthly payment. So if you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. Keep that in mind when planning your retirement. Okay, here's the situation that has people excited. If you're on SSI, you're getting 2 checks in December. You already got your first SSI payment on December 1st, and you're getting a second one on December 31st. Why? Because you normally get paid on the 1st of the month, which would be January 1st. But January 1st is a federal holiday, and Social Security doesn't pay on holidays or weekends. So they're paying you early on December 31st, the last weekday of the month. Here's the catch. You won't get a check in January because you already received your January payment in December. You need to budget accordingly. Make that December 31st payment stretch through January because your next SSI check won't arrive until February 1st. This is the part that causes the most stress. So, let's talk about what to do if December 17th comes and your money isn't there. Step 1. Wait 3 business days. I know that sounds frustrating, but sometimes there are processing delays with banks, especially around holidays. Direct deposits can take a day or 2 to show up in your account. Step 2. Check your My Social Security account online to confirm the payment was actually sent. Log in and look at your payment history. This will tell you if Social Security sent the payment or if there's an issue on their end. Step 3. Call the Social Security Administration. Yes, the wait times are brutal. I've been on hold for over an hour before, but you need to report the missing payment. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 hours a.m. to 7 p.m. local time. Step 4. Make an appointment with your local Social Security office. Sometimes you need to go in person to sort things out. There could be several reasons your payment didn't arrive. You might have an overpayment, or Social Security is taking money back that they say you owe them. Your bank information might be outdated. Your benefits might have been suspended for some reason. If it's a mailed check, it could be lost or stolen. Step 5. If it's a lost or stolen check, Social Security can stop payment and issue a new one. This takes about 30 days, so report it immediately. Step 6. Switch to direct deposit if you haven't already. Mailed checks get lost, delayed, or stolen way more often than direct deposits. It's safer, faster, and more reliable. Now let's talk about this breaking news that has everyone talking. Senate Democrats just introduced legislation that would give seniors, disabled individuals, and veterans a $200 monthly increase for 7 months, starting in January 2026. Why are they doing this? Because of what we all know is happening. Inflation is crushing people on fixed incomes. Look at the numbers. Medicare Part B premiums are going up by 10% in 2026, but your Social Security COLA increase is only 2.5%. That means your Medicare premium increase is eating up almost your entire cost of living adjustment. Seniors are falling behind, and Congress is finally paying attention. The bill is called the Social Security Emergency Relief Act. Here's what it would do: provide a $200 monthly payment increase to Social Security recipients. Run for 7 months, January through July 2026. Cover retirement benefits, SSDI, SSI, and veterans benefits. Now, I want to be real with you. This is a proposal, not a law yet. It has to pass the Senate and the House and get signed by the President. But the fact that they're even talking about this is significant. I think they made it temporary for 7 months because they believe that's what has a realistic chance of passing. It's easier to sell a temporary relief package than a permanent benefit increase. And there's talk of a potential $2,000 stimulus under the new administration. So, this could bridge that gap. What do you think about this? Would a $200 monthly boost for 7 months help you? Let me know in the comments below. But you don't have to wait for federal action. 4 states are already sending out tax relief payments before the end of 2025. Let me break down each one. Alaska. The Alaska Permanent Fund dividend is giving $1,000 per eligible resident. Most payments already went out, but if you filed a late application, your payment is coming around December 18th. That's in just a few days. New York, this is huge. New York is implementing a one-time inflation relief rebate for the first time ever. Over 8 million New Yorkers are getting payments ranging from $150 to $400 based on income and residency. This is meant to help with the increased sales tax you've been paying due to inflation. If you're a qualifying New York taxpayer, check your mailbox and bank account. New Jersey, the state's expanded property tax relief program, is still issuing payments to people who filed late applications. Some checks are being mailed in December 2025. If you applied late or your application was processed in a later batch, check your status on the New Jersey Division of Taxation website. Pennsylvania. The Property Tax and Rent Rebate Program is processing residual payments in December for late applicants. Some payments might extend into 2026. I honestly think more states are going to follow this example as the economy continues to challenge middle and lower income families. If you live in one of these states, make sure you filed all the necessary applications. Do you think your state should be doing this? Let me know in the comments. I know we've covered a lot of challenging information, but let me give you some perspective. Social Security payments are incredibly reliable. The vast majority of you will get your payment exactly on time without any issues. The system processes millions of payments every month, and it works. If you do experience a delay, Social Security will make it right. You won't lose your money. It just might take some time to track down. Also, the 2.5% COLA increase for 2025 is already built into your payments. And there's serious conversation happening in Congress about additional relief. That's progress. Here are my concrete tips for managing around this payment schedule. 1. Set up direct deposit immediately. It's faster, safer, and more reliable than waiting for a check in the mail. Checks get lost. Direct deposits don't. 2. Create a My Social Security account if you haven't already. This gives you 247 access to your payment history, benefit statements, and lets you update your information instantly. 3. Mark your payment dates on a calendar. Know when to expect money each month so you can plan your budget. If you're born between the 11th and 20th, it's always the 3rd Wednesday. 4. Budget carefully. If you're on SSI, Remember, you're getting 2 checks in December, but none in January. Make that December 31st payment last. 5. Look into additional benefit programs. Many Social Security recipients qualify for SNAP, food stamps, LI, HEAP, heating assistance, Medicaid, and state-specific programs. I have videos covering all of these. Check the links in the description. 6. If you're struggling with Medicare costs, look into the Medicare savings programs. They can help pay your premiums, deductibles, and copays if you qualify based on income. 7. Build a small emergency buffer if possible. Even $20 or $30 set aside can help if there's ever a payment delay. I know that's hard when money is tight, but try to save even small amounts. I want to speak directly to specific groups who might be watching. Single moms on survivor benefits, your payment is coming December 17th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, budget carefully, especially with the holidays. Disabled veterans and individuals on SSDI, same schedule applies to you. And if you're also receiving VA benefits, remember those come on a different schedule, usually the first of the month. SSI recipients, you already got your December check on the 1st, and you're getting your second one on December 31st. Plan for no check in January. Retirees on fixed incomes, that 2.5% COLA increase for 2025 is already factored into your payment. But with Medicare premiums rising 10%, you're still falling behind. This is exactly why the $200 stimulus proposal matters. Caregivers managing finances for elderly parents. Understanding this schedule helps you plan their care and expenses, make sure their direct deposit is set up, and their My Social Security account is accessible. Look, I know how hard it is to live on Social Security. I've talked to thousands of you in the comments. I hear about choosing between medication and groceries, stretching that check to cover utilities, worrying about unexpected car repairs or medical bills. But here's what I want you to remember. You've earned these benefits. Whether you worked for 40 years or you're receiving disability because you can't work, this money is yours. You deserve to receive it on time. And you deserve to understand how the system works. December 17th. If that's your payment date, your money should be there. And if it's not, you now know exactly what steps to take. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every week covering Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, disability benefits, and financial resources for people on fixed incomes. Drop a comment below and let me know. Are you getting paid on December 17th? What do you think about the $200 stimulus proposal? Do you live in one of those 4 states getting relief payments? What are you using your Social Security check for this month? I read every single comment, and I genuinely love hearing from this community. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're all trying to figure it out together. Whether you're a senior on retirement benefits, a disabled person navigating SSDI, or a caregiver helping a loved one, this community is here for you. Take care of yourself. Budget wisely.